Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners.
Good afternoon, Fredonia. I'm Cascio.
It's a playlist, Alex. Continue as planned.
Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to High Noon Friday, Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, brought to you by WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Alex Erwin.
And I'm Kowalyk. Today's episode is available streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com.
Coming up, we will have news and weather, but first, campus news. Alessandra Bellani, an award-winning percussionist, will be performing with the Fredonia Percussion Ensemble in a concert in Roche Recital Hall on Monday, April 11th at 8 p.m. Bellani is believed to be the only female artist in the world who specializes in Southern Italian tambourines, combined with singing and dance. She has won several awards for her talents and has played in festivals across England, Brazil, Poland, France, Italy, and Australia. The concert is free and open to the public.
3 SUNY Fredonia students and a professor will be conducting research this summer into developing catalysts to accelerate hydrogenation reactions, potentially leading to the conversion of waste carbon products into fuel. The students, Sadie Orlog and Brandon Landis, are both junior chemistry students, while Zachary Pollock is enrolled in the 3-2 Cooperative Energy Program in chemistry. Joined by the students is Assistant Professor of Chemistry and Biochemistry, Alan J. Cardenas. The 4 will make their way to Pacific Northwest National Laboratory this summer.
Join Fredonia Radio Systems tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. for Rockin' the Commons in the Williams Center. Rockin' the Commons is a charity fundraiser event for Roswell Park and will feature 7 different bands including Cheap Peach, the Burkharts, Beach Tower, and more. In addition to these great bands, FRS will also be selling CDs and vinyl, 3 different special Fredonia Radio Systems cassettes, and a 50-50 raffle. There will also be many different raffle baskets you can have a chance to take home. The station is also providing concessions, snacks, and food made hot on the grill. Rockin' the Commons will be broadcasted live by WNYF TV. Once again, all donations will go towards Roswell Park's Cancer Research Center. Be sure to come and check it out. It's an event you won't want to miss.
Thank you, Alex. Today we'll be having our classically chaotic segment, Trivia Slightly After 12. We will also be listening to a few of our weekly segments, such as Just the Facts, Nature Speaks, and the Local Lowdown.
Let's start with our local news updates prepared by Cascio Fonseca, followed by a weather update prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. What's going on, Cascio?
Good afternoon, Fredonia. I'm Cascio Fonseca here with your High Noon Friday local news. In local news for this week, the State University of New York at Fredonia is going back to normal commencement ceremonies this year, President Stephen Colson said last week. This will be a traditional commencement, face-to-face, with students and parents, faculty and staff, college council members, important guests of the university, all in one place, Colson told a meeting of the council. It's kind of strange to be excited about it in this manner, because this is what a university does on a normal basis, he added. But when you haven't done it for 2 years, you stop taking it for granted. As in the past, the commencement will be held in 2 sections, at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. It will return to the Steele Hall Fieldhouse. The events are set for Saturday, May 17th. The university held stage walks for graduating students at King Concert Hall in 2021. It was not a traditional commencement ceremony. Spread out over 4 days, the walks had no spectators, and restrictions were placed on the number of students and faculty that could be in the venue at one time. During the first year of the pandemic, 2020, the university initially postponed its commencement ceremonies to August before canceling them entirely. Colson took over as university president in 2020, so this will be his first traditional commencement at SUNY Fredonia. In other local news, the Fredonia Farm Festival is coming home. Banished to the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds last August due to construction and COVID-19 social distancing worries, the village's signature summer get-together is set for a return to Barker Commons. Speaking at Monday's Board of Trustees meeting, Mayor Douglas Essick noted a major drawback of the 2021 move. The tree-filled Barker Commons offers plenty of shade from mid-August heat, but people sweltered last year at the virtually treeless fairgrounds. I think a lot of the vendors, a lot of the people were pretty hot last year at the fairgrounds, and people roasted. I know it was more open for COVID, but hopefully we're past COVID in the summertime months here, and we won't have to adhere to any more restrictions, Essick said. Trustee Nicole Syracuse wanted to know if the downtown project will affect the Farm Festival. Essick said no further work is planned in Barker Commons except for grass planting, and that will happen early spring, months before the festival. I'm guessing the Farm Festival should be good to go. The grass should be fully grown, hopefully, by that time, the mayor said. It will be the first farm festival in Fredonia since 2019, as the 2020 edition was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Northern Chautauqua Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, Fredonia. It's your resident weather girl here, Jules Hoepting, bringing you the weekend forecast. Do you like supporting a good cause while listening to live music? Hey, that's something we have in common. Coming down to Barker Commons, where Rockin' the Commons will be happening tomorrow. Yup, in less than 24 hours, you can be eliminating all your sorrow. Jamming out to local music, purchasing raffle basket tickets, picking up new to you vinyl and CDs, munching on yummies, all while raising money for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's true. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., be sure to stop by Barker Commons for Rockin' the Commons. And while you're at Barker Commons, dress warm. Unlike the sunshine, a positivity rating from this fundraiser this weekend is full of temperatures in the 40s and 30s, and the sky will be full of lots of clouds. Sorry, I don't make the forecast, I just tell you what it is. Today, showers likely and a possibility of thunderstorm after 2 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 49, southwest wind 8 to 13 miles per hour. Tonight, showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm before 8 p.m., then more showers. Still mainly cloudy with a low around 35, wind dropping down. Oh, I apparently did not put the number there, but the wind is dropping down a little bit. Oh, it's in the NPR? It is in the NPR, not Barker Commons. I was having fun with my wordplay, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, well, that kind of excludes half of my report here, but whatever. Tomorrow, the day of Rockin' the Commons, there will be a possibility of rain and snow showers before 11 a.m., then a chance of rain showers after 10 a.m., predominantly cloudy with a high near 44, breezy with winds between 13 and 20 miles per hour. And tomorrow night, the night of Rockin' the Commons, slight chance of rain showers before 9 p.m., then a greater chance of showers, then rain and snow showers. Still predominantly cloudy with a low around 32, wind around 11. And Sunday will have a misleading name because there will be rain and snow showers instead of sun, and then more rain and snow showers later in the evening with a high near 43. And Sunday night, partially cloudy with a low around 31. And there you have it, folks, the wins and things, the ups and downs, the highs and lows of how it goes. And, please don't underestimate how cold 40 degrees actually is if you are walking to the NPR to see Rockin' the Commons in person. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, let's take it on back to our host.
Thank you so much, Cascio and Jules. We're going to dive right into our weekly segments. To start, here is Just the Facts.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Just the Facts. We're going to talk about only facts, just facts, and absolutely no opinions. I am Hunter, today joined with Chloe.
Hello.
And Alex. Heyo. I have
Heyo. Sorry.
Thanks, Chloe.
I just had to add that in there.
I have tasked these two this week to go out to random people and get facts from them. Mm-hmm. I think that's a pretty good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see anything that you come up with. So when I ask you, I want to know who gave you your fact and what it is.
Okay.
And to start, where's Chloe?
Oh, okay. So
He pointed at me.
he did. I didn't know who was starting, but
That was me. I was thinking about it.
I didn't know this was a random person, so I asked my best friend
Yeah, just
from home. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so she gave me 3 different facts, one of which I can't say on the air, so we're not going to do that one. One of them I thought was really funny because we actually talked about it on the show before, and she said that there's 25 blimps left in the world. And we did talk about that before on Just a Fact.
We did.
So I thought that was really funny. And in response, she said, "Ugh, I'm passionate about blimps." Thank you, Caitlin.
What does it mean to be passionate about
She's just
blimps?
really into blimps. I don't know.
We don't have enough blimp fans in the world.
She's into blimp history.
I feel like everybody likes blimps, but not enough. You know what I mean?
She is one of those people that likes blimps enough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if everybody liked blimps enough, we would have more blimps. But everybody just kind of likes blimps. Everyone likes blimps. No one loves blimps.
Yeah.
Except for Caitlin.
Except for
loves
Caitlin.
blimps.
She is going to own the 25 blimps.
I wonder what's her favorite blimp.
I don't know. I can ask her and I'll get back
I
to you
wonder if
on
the
it.
blimps are named.
My favorite's the Hindenburg.
We talked about that too. Anyways, she gave me another fact that I'll talk about. So
Don't
she said,
start yet.
Okay, so she gave me another fact, and she wanted me to do it as a guessing game and give you guys options, but I'm not going to give you options. So she said, like, who is the only woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once for a band and the second for her solo career? The only female artist ever to have this happen.
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
Incorrect.
We riot.
I think
if you know
Barbara
Caitlin,
Streisand should.
that's a separate topic.
I don't know why, but I was, for a moment, I was going to say Oprah Winfrey before. I was like, wait a minute. Oprah did a TV show.
For her solo career.
Yes. Who was it?
No, it was Stevie Nicks. And if you know anything about
Ah.
Caitlin, she is the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan ever. So she's Fleetwood Mac and Blimps, which I think is really cool.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah,
That's
so
pretty good.
that was my Caitlin facts.
Yeah. Alex,
Yes.
what do you got?
Well, I went to my good friend Ash out in the lobby about 3 hours ago as I was in the middle of editing the local lowdown.
Very professional.
And the reason I went to Ash, because I had a feeling I knew what type of fact Ash would give me. And I was
Mhm.
correct. It is a national parks fact. I'm a big fan of national parks. And
He is.
so is Ash. The fact that Ash gave to me was that the name Wind Cave from Wind Cave National Park comes from the wind that naturally blows out and in of the small natural entrance to the cave. The direction the wind blows depends on barometric pressure. When pressure inside the cave exceeds the current air pressure outside, the wind blows out of the cave, which is pretty
That's
wacky.
interesting. Do you wait, where is this?
South Dakota.
South
It was
Dakota.
actually,
of course.
and the reason why because Ash gave me a couple facts. One wasn't about national parks, but the reason I chose this one in particular is that it was actually one of the choices for a trivia episode.
Yes.
If you remember correctly, it was
Mhm.
it was incorrect. It was not the correct answer, sadly.
but it was there.
It was there, yeah.
Mhm, I do remember that.
But originally, when Ash was telling me the fact, I thought the fact was going to end at wind blows into the cave. And I was like, that's a fantastic fact. Thought that was the whole fact. Wind Cave is named Wind Cave because wind blows into the cave.
Yeah.
Which is a fact.
That's true.
But it also blows out of the cave, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, go visit Wind Cave National Park. I want to.
I said of course because South Dakota, I feel like, has a lot of beauty.
It does.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but-
There's Wind Cave. There's the Badlands, I think.
I'm
the
pretty
Badlands
sure
are in
that's South Dakota.
What national parks are in South Dakota? Let's find out. We've got count them, 2 national parks, 2 national monuments, a river, and a historic site in South Dakota. The 2 national parks are, as we said before, Wind Cave and Badlands National
Oh
Park.
yeah, cool. Yeah.
So,
Okay, we take a field trip there
yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Let's
On
go.
our way to Montana
Yeah. Yeah.
over the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm holding you to that.
Maybe.
Nope.
Nope.
You have to say yes
It's
right now.
decided now.
On air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, so I asked around
Mhm.
to several people
Okay.
for this episode,
Mhm.
and I was getting some good facts.
Mhm.
Some of them might appear in future episodes.
Oh.
We'll see. But there was one. I asked my mom. I texted her last night, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, what's a fact you think could go on just the facts?" And she said that the body needs 8 hours of sleep.
That's really funny for you, Mr. I went to bed at 3 a.m.
I don't know if she was calling out Chloe or something, but
Oh, actually, she might have been calling me out. That's true. But I'd like to think that she's calling you out.
I don't know, man.
How
I think
many
you're more
hours of
likely.
sleep did you get last night, Hunter?
6.
Oh, that's less than 8. What about you, Chloe?
6 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, she has you beat. I think I got 7.
We're incrementally rising.
Yes. But none of us got 8 hours of sleep, but we're
No.
still kicking.
We are kicking about.
Yep.
Is that a fact?
Actually, I can confirm that one. The body, depending on like a lot of other factors about
Mhm.
like your gender, your size, your weight, a lot of random things, it's between 6 and 8. So you
Okay.
might actually be okay.
So I'm in that threshold.
You are
Barely.
in the threshold. So we need to amend your fact, Hunter. It is between 6 and 8
Between
hours of sleep.
6 and 8 hours of sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, so she wasn't wrong.
No.
Like that was good.
You know what? I'll put a stamp of approval, the Alex stamp of approval, because it means so much. That's a fact.
Yeah. The Just the Facts approval.
It's just the facts approval.
We know facts.
Yeah. And so do other people, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've learned today.
Yeah.
Everyone. I task everyone that's listening right now to go to the nearest person
Yes.
and ask them for a fact.
Yes.
And they can tell you one.
you never know what you'll get.
Everyone's got a fact.
Yes. Everybody's got a fact that they just know off the top of their head. They'll be like, you want a fact? Here's my fact.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Easy.
Yep. But anyways, thank you all for listening to this week's episode of Just the Facts on High Noon Friday. We will see you at the same time, same place next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for those amazing facts. Next up is Nature Speaks.
Hello, this is Ash, and you're listening to Nature Speaks, where one nature nerd goes outside, looks at some stuff, and then tells you all about it. Last May, my friend, my sister, and I were lucky enough to be able to do a national park trip out west. It was really awesome. Over 9 days, we were able to go to 3 parks, Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, and then Yellowstone and Teton National Park in Wyoming. We fell in love with the geography and the mountains and all the wildlife. We saw elk, bighorn sheep, a bear cub and a mom, a moose, and lots of buffalo. There was one western dweller that really stole our hearts though, and that was the raven. Back east, ravens aren't super common. You're way more likely to see crows. But out west, especially in Wyoming, they were almost as common as the crows. And if you've ever spent time around a raven, they're really, really funny birds. They're very chaotic, very loud, and they're about the size of a hawk. And it's just very funny to see them because they're so full of character and life. There was one time after a hike where we just sat by a lake in Teton National Park, and there was a raven in a tree, and we probably watched it for about an hour. And once it kind of got used to our presence, it would sing these really beautiful songs. And I've never heard a bird have that much diversity in bird call before. It was awesome. And then we came back home east, and there were no more ravens. It was sad. Until this weekend. My sister and I were both home, and on Sunday we were heading out, and we were driving down a brick road, and we saw a crow eating a squirrel carcass. That's pretty normal. And I think it reminded my sister of our raven friend because they said that they needed to go back up to Wild Wings in Rochester. If you've never heard of that, that's an awesome bird of prey sanctuary up in Rochester near Mendon Ponds. I would really recommend that. There's a very funny raven there. And I agreed that we should go up there and visit sometime. And I turned around to look at the crow, but then I realized it had this massive beak that was very not characteristic of the crow. I realized it might be a raven, so I told my sister to turn around, and as we turn, we see this possible raven fly into the cemetery across the street, which is very Edgar Allan Poe-esque. It was funny. So we drive around, we find it, and then we realize that yes, this is definitely a raven, absolutely built, thick beak, size of a hawk. You know what a crow looks like, but it's basically a crow that is hawk-sized. So we're trying to get closer, trying to interact, and then we see 4 crows swoop in out of nowhere and start harassing the raven, running it around. It was very exciting, but then we see that the raven has this big old wing feather missing, so it's probably being attacked by these crows pretty regularly. But the raven was not giving up. It kept trying to eat the squirrel carcass, and then it perched itself in a tree and was just ignoring all the crows. And you hear the crows, and then all of a sudden you hear, and that's when we knew for sure that it was a raven. We were so excited. It was really great to see it. It's the first time since I started paying attention that I've ever seen a raven back here. They're pretty uncommon. And so what does this mean for the raven population? Is the raven making a comeback in the East? Maybe. According to Audubon.org, raven populations originally depleted around 1900, but the populations have slowly been building back up as forests regenerate. So maybe like me, you've seen a raven actually, but have mistaken it for a crow like my sister and I did. So I want to let you know some key differences between crows and ravens in case you're outside. So basically the easiest way to differentiate is by their size. Like I said before, ravens are kind of ridiculously big. They almost look like caricatures of just how large they are, and crows are crow-sized. And same with the noises, you're probably used to crow caws, but the raven has this very low, deep croak like we played earlier. And also, if you see them flying around, a raven is more likely to soar, more like a larger bird of prey, whereas a crow's kind of flapping around. And the raven's gonna have a wedge-shaped tail, while a crow's gonna have a more fan-shaped tail. So next time you're outside and you see a crow, take a closer look and see if you're actually witnessing the return of the common raven to the Northeast. Again, my name is Ash, and please remember, nature speaks. Are you listening?
Talk birdie to me.
Caw, caw.
Oh, excuse me. Next up is a little local lowdown.
Hey, I'm Jordan.
And it's Alex with the local lowdown, filling in for Mel tonight. We are outside of North Pole in the snow, but we are speaking to one of the members of Carpool. You mind introducing yourself?
Hey, yeah, so I'm CJ Westcott. I play bass in Carpool.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, yeah.
So CJ, you have like a unique role in the band. You newly added member. When did you get added? Like maybe half a year ago or so? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate.
Okay.
It was before time's flying. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So I was on
Dang,
I'm
right on.
right, yeah. So I did like a tour that started like late October, and then I was on like a really short New York run right before that.
Gotcha.
And obviously I'd been kind of like practicing with the band, so that the timeline's a little iffy, but it was around probably like August or September of last year.
Gotcha. Are you enjoying it so far?
It's a great time, yes. I love it.
Yeah, I saw you perform with Trick Room at the other Carpool show at North Pole, and then you hopped up there again. And I was like, whoa.
Awesome.
All right,
yeah,
sweet.
That was one of my first shows at Carpool, and it was probably like, I think I filled in for them a couple times. Like I was still like filling in, but that was like, one of the first shows I actually like played as a member of Carpool. So that was an exciting night.
Yeah, awesome. So I think I want to go right into like the current stuff you guys are doing right now. You guys are in the process of releasing some music. You guys have a big announcement planned for like 2 days from now, right?
We do, yeah.
It'll be out by the time that this interview is out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wish I could tell y'all now, but it's gonna have to wait for a couple days. So.
Yeah, totally understandable. So yeah, you got new members. It's just like there's a lot going on with Carpool right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to talk about the new music a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. So I was actually really like fortunate to be a part of like the songwriting process a little bit. A lot of the songs that we are going to release, soon, I wasn't actually a part of, and they had kind of written, and even some of them were recorded.
Gotcha.
But I can tell you they're like a lot of fun. They're like really just like upbeat, catchy songs, and
Sweet.
yeah, I'm really excited to release them because I think people are gonna like them.
Yeah. Is there any sort of like release time for that right now?
I'm not 100% sure. It'll kind of all be with the announcement tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully like once this comes out, there will be a timeline for that. But I know that it's kind of like a little bit sensitive right now. So.
Gotcha. So I have another question. It's a more broad one. So yeah, we'll just see how this goes.
Sure. I love to talk. So let's see.
Yeah. So there's like a whole emo generation like kind of happening again. Some people are calling it like the fifth wave of emo. I feel like emo for a long time was like a very self-referential thing. It was kind of just like not like stuck in like the same thing, but it was very much its own little scene. I feel like now there's just a lot of different stuff that's getting mixed with it. People are making like bedroom pop, and then that mixes with emo, or they're making shoegaze that mixes with emo.
Yeah.
Do you have like, do you think that this is like another wave, or is that just some internet talk that I'm spewing out at you?
No, God, I hope it's a new wave, because I've seen some. I guess like like the new emo wave. I think about a lot of that in like the DIY scene.
Right.
And I can tell you now that I'm been in Carpool specifically, and I think we're considered like a DIY band. We play with a lot of DIY bands.
Right.
my gosh, there's so many. I'm trying. My gosh, there's so many just great DIY bands, and it's funny that you say that because like I know a lot of them also have like kind of pop projects on the side or just different music that they make, and there's so many talented artists in this scene that. I really hope it becomes a thing because I think more artists in this scene need to be recognized. So
for sure, well said, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, while Jordan's, usually the guy asking the music questions, I'm usually the one holding the recorder and making sure it's all good. So I like to ask the funny questions.
Cool.
So my personal favorite from your group, at least, is Idaho, which arguably the most popular song on your first album. I think Everyone's a Cop. I gotta ask though, what is the band's fascination with Idaho? Like, why are you guys digging? I kind of get it, but I would love to hear the reason.
They dig Toronto as well.
We do love Toronto and Idaho. No, yeah. So I will say, so both of those songs actually do predate me. And I don't have like a whole lot of context, and I wish I had more. But I think really what it boils down to is it's just kind of fun. And I think it's like really fun to get up on stage too. And when Staff talks about how they've never been to Idaho, and it's just a song about somewhere I've never been before. And I think it's really just, and again, like there might be more to it that I've never really like dove into with the band, but to me, it's just this really nice kind of coy thing that I just think is awesome. So.
No, yeah, that's awesome. I definitely was enjoying it, at least during the set tonight. Yeah. I was having a great time, but no, yeah, it was, you guys had an awesome set tonight.
Thank you.
Really, really a standout performance, I would say.
Thank you guys so much for just pulling up to the North Pole Strip Club one last time. You guys played here a lot. You played with Carpool at least twice now.
Yeah, just the 2 times. So, yeah.
You played the Trick Room here too, I'm sure multiple times.
Couple times, yeah, yep.
Yeah, man, Carpool, one of my favorite bands, like,
that really means
at
a
this
lot.
point. I feel like I listen to you guys pretty much like weekly at this point.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you.
Just keep buying merch from you guys over and over.
We'll always take it. We got more. So
a little bit of local lowdown favoritism going on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I had to let it out. I was thinking of just letting it out after the interview, but it's happening now.
No, I'll definitely take it. If it's recorded, that's even better. I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Like, we love coming here. Trick Room loves coming here. Thank you. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, all right. We're about ready to wrap it up here. CJ's been standing out in the cold, just being an absolute trooper. I think his hair is about to freeze.
No, it's North Pole. We can do whatever here. That's great.
Absolutely. Well, you've been listening to a Local Lowdown interview on High Noon Friday. Once again, thank you for coming on the show, representing Carpool on this fine night.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this has been the Local Lowdown with Alex and Jordan on High Noon Friday, 88.9 WCVF and 89.5 WDVL, The Inferno. Thanks for the segment. Now, let's bring it to Josh with the international news.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm your host, Jazzman Josh, with this week's international news. Yep, that is I apologize, wrong script. This morning, a Russian missile devastated a train station in eastern Ukraine. The Kramatorsk station has been in use for evacuation, and according to the regional governor, Pavlo Kirilenko, the attack killed 39 refugees and wounded 87 others, with an estimated 4,000 people in or around the station when the missile hit. Also, according to the governor, the missile included cluster munitions which spray lethal bomblets over the area. The use of cluster munitions violates a 2008 convention as a war crime, and although Russia is not a party of the convention, they are still expected to adhere to international humanitarian law. 2 weeks ago, the Senate passed a bill known as the Fairness in Women's Sports Act. Should this bill become a law, it would require that student athletes only play on sports teams in line with the sex on their birth certificates. However, when the bill reached the desk of Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, he vetoed it. To cite Beshear's veto letter, the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, or KHSAA, had already addressed the subject of allowing transgender athletes to perform, and that the Senate Bill 83 would reverse that progress. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association has already established rules to prevent unfair advantages for women's sports. Transgender athletes are required to have taken hormone therapy for a sufficient amount of time to minimize unfair advantage. The governor wrote, quote, "Transgender children deserve public officials' efforts to demonstrate that they are valued members of our communities through compassion, kindness, and empathy, even if not understanding," end quote. Bashir claims that Senate Bill 83 is the wrong approach and that an outright ban on transgender athletes would be the wrong thing to do. All right, folks, you know what time it is. It is the time for the Jazzman Josh Word of the Week.
The Jazzman Josh Word of the Week this week is
Cryptozoology. That's right, folks. The Jazzman Josh Word of the Week for this week is cryptozoology. Cryptozoology is the study and search for legendary or extinct creatures. The hunt for Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster would be considered cryptozoology. And if you're into anything like that, perhaps you would also be interested in an upcoming film, The Cryptid Cast vs. the Goopy Ganker, directed by Jackson DiCarlo. Check it out on YouTube or Instagram at CryptidCastFilm. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, stay warm and be cool, Fredonia.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks for the updates. Finally, we have something special for you all that are listening. It's time for Trivia Slightly After 12. On this segment, we test the minds of students here on Fredonia's campus for the chance to win glorious prizes. This week, we have three wonderful contestants ready to win big by answering some questions. Please introduce yourselves.
Yours truly, Jazzman Josh.
Wow, it's like I almost heard you but a moment ago. Welcome to the show.
I don't know what that's about.
Oh, well.
Oh, not affiliated.
Not related. Not related.
I'm Izzy.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Brian.
Welcome back, Brian. Brian, how many trivias have you won? Do you remember?
I think I won the last one that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I was part of a team, which won, so that's 2.
Brian's been on a bit of a win streak, so this is going to be a very interesting trivia. All right, you know the drill. First one to shout their name after the question is read will be able to take a shot at answering the question. Each question is worth 1 point, and at the end of the game, the person with the most points will be declared the winner. This week's category is radio. How about we start?
Sharp cut.
Playlist. I love playlist so much.
Alex, didn't you write the first question?
I did write the first. Number one.
Okay.
Number one.
Number one.
You looked at me as if I was...
Hey guys. Surprise. You're on the radio.
Whoa. Wow, what a funny joke.
No idea about that.
What is the wattage of the 88.9 WCVF transmitter? Is it A, 50 watts, B, 130 watts, C, 300 watts, or D, 620 watts?
Josh.
B,
130 watts.
130 watts is correct. Fun fact about the wattage, commercial radio stations usually broadcast at around 5,000 watts for analog signals, while student stations like ours are around 100 watts. Our 130 watts gives us a range of around 15 miles, so to whoever's listening, hello Westfield and Silver Creek.
Hi.
Okay. All right. In which city was the first licensed
Number 2.
commercial...
I think they can infer that number 2 comes after number 1.
The
Pop
all right
quiz.
was
Which
a...
number comes after number 1? First person to buzz in.
Josh. Is it 3?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I
That
guess you
was-
should say that then, Chloe.
Number 2.
Thank you.
In which city was the first licensed commercial radio station debuted? Is it A, Chicago, B, New York City, C, Pittsburgh, or D, Nashville?
Brian. Pittsburgh.
That's correct. Man, these must be easy. Okay, fun fact, KDKA in Pittsburgh is the acknowledged grandfather of commercial radio, and it is still in operation today. And by 1932, there was a licensed radio station in every U.S. state.
Except for Alaska and Hawaii, because they weren't states yet.
Well, yeah.
Rip.
By 1932 states.
Rip Alaska and Hawaii.
Rip Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Cool, here we go. According to live365.com, the term broadcasting didn't originate from radio. What did the website say it's actually from? Is it A, farming, B, television, C, a law and ethics class from Harvard, or D, the 1906 Supreme Court case David versus New York?
Brian.
Is
it TV?
It is not TV.
Josh. Is it D?
It is not D.
Izzy.
Is
it C?
It is not C.
Oh.
It was farming.
I guess the questions weren't that easy, Chloe.
How?
I know,
According to
I
this
really
fun
jinxed you
fact,
guys.
the word broadcasting is actually a mid-18th century agricultural term that means wide scattering of seeds. The word didn't become a term related to audio until the 20th century when the first radio broadcasts were created. Like with broadcast sewing, radio broadcasting also involves a large scattering of stuff, radio waves, songs, and entertainment. And no, D is not a real court case.
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Do we know who wrote number 4?
I could take a shot in the dark.
Is it?
It was probably Hunter.
Is
I
it
didn't.
Hunter?
If you
Did he
guys
write
are asking
3
that
and 4?
question, I wrote 4.
Oh.
I wrote
Oh.
4.
Do you want to read 4 then?
Sure.
Okay.
Video killed the radio star is a song by The Buggles. And it's significant because it was the first music video that aired on MTV. The song reached number 1 on many charts internationally, reaching about how many sales worldwide? Is it A, 1.5 million, B, 3.7 million, C, 5 million, or D, 7 million?
Izzy.
Izzy.
B.
B is incorrect. Josh.
C.
C is correct. 5 million. Fun fact, keyboardist Jeff Downes claimed the group's name derived as a pun of the word of the rock band The Beatles, saying it was originally called The Bugs, like studio insects, imaginary creatures who lived in recording studios creating havoc. But then somebody said as a joke that the Bugs would never be as big as the Beatles, so he changed it to the Buggles.
I didn't know that. That's actually really funny.
Yes. I find it very ironic that the Video Killed the Radio Star was the first music video on TV.
That was the point.
That
Yeah.
was the point.
That was
Yeah.
the point, yes.
Alrighty, I think I wrote number 5, so I'm gonna.
It
read
looks like something that you would do.
Yes.
It is. I remember sitting here last night and watching you type it.
I don't have to expose me like that.
I mean,
Anyways,
I wrote mine this morning.
number 5. Which critical event from history mandated the use of radio at sea? Is it A, the attack on the Lusitania, B, the loss of the crew and ship of the Challenger Deep Sea Explorer, C, the disruption from storms during the D-Day invasion, or D, the sinking of the Titanic?
Brian.
Brian.
B.
B, the loss of the crew and ship of the Challenger Deep Sea Explorer is incorrect. Josh.
C.
C, the disruption from storms during the D-Day invasion.
Wait, can you go twice in a row?
What?
Can you go twice in a row?
Brian.
You went? I thought you went. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Chloe, you're supposed to be the
I was
host.
like, no, I thought, sorry. Go ahead.
Chloe.
No, I thought you went twice in a row. And I
Well,
was like,
Josh
wait,
was
really?
wrong anyway, so.
Sorry, Josh.
Disappointing.
I'll take a guess.
Yeah.
Izzy. Is it A?
A is incorrect. It was the sinking of the Titanic.
Really?
Yes. Fun fact, the Marconi Company operated the telegraph on the Titanic as it sunk and helped alert nearby ships to assist in the rescue. The Marconi Company is responsible for commercializing radio.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, number 6. What was the most played song on the radio in the 2000s decade in the United States? Is it A, How You Remind Me by Nickelback, B, Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani, C, Poker Face by Lady Gaga, or D, Crazy in Love by Beyonce?
Brian. B.
No.
Oh,
Josh. C.
No.
Wait, what was C?
C was Poker Face.
Oh, Izzy. D.
No.
Josh. Do I? No.
You can't go
You
again.
can't
There's
go
only one
again.
option.
You can't go.
Nickelback?
Yes.
I don't even know this song.
Who was listening to
You don't know this song, Jackson?
I'm playing it right now.
God, of
Yeah,
all
play-
the
play the
memes of
song.
like how people
I
don't
know.
like Nickelback.
Yeah.
And it's the most. That's
Most played.
insane.
What's up with Nickelback?
This came out in 2009.
Yeah,
No,
2007.
How much money did they make from like the ASCAP and BMI?
I don't have that
I'm wondering.
data pulled up.
Well, it was just the most played radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that decade, in
Yeah.
the 2000 to 2010.
You know what? I think that makes sense. This sounds like something my mom would play all the time.
I don't know.
I feel like
Thanks, Brian's mom, for making this possible today.
This has on YouTube. It has 500 million views.
Oh my gosh.
It was played on the radio 1.2 million times.
How much does
Photograph has 200 million views.
How much does Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani have?
I don't know. Oh, I'm recognizing this part.
Yeah, you definitely you
Okay.
should know this
Oh,
song.
I remember playing
None of
NASCAR
you guys know this
2007 and NASCAR 2009, and this song would play all the time. I'd be driving
It's
my
because of
daily
NASCAR.
hard- Yeah, it's because of NASCAR.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Okay,
just,
I'm reminding
like
you.
Hollaback Girl is like such a 2000 song.
I know that's why it's on there.
Right.
I wish it was the most played.
It was up
song.
there.
Where's my button?
But
Here it is.
also part of the fun fact, it was, so How You Remind Me was actually only the 5th song by a Canadian group to hit #1 in the U.S. Hot 100.
Wow.
So there was others before it.
Hollaback Girl has just a bit more than Photograph at 245 million views.
Respectable. Respectable.
Mhm.
Nice. Almost as respectable as question number 7.
Yes.
Yes. Which country has banned the mentions of Facebook and Twitter on radio and television? Is it A, the country of France, B, the country of Mali, C, the country of China, or D, the country of New Zealand?
Brian. China.
Incorrect. It was not China. Josh. France is correct. Fun fact.
Fun fact. This
Fun
is the
fact.
second question Alex has read. The third question Alex has read.
Yeah.
You skipped me, pal. I'm very
Well,
sad.
it's my question though.
It's my question.
I wrote this.
I'm reading the next two.
Okay.
That's fine. Mine's 10, so.
Jackson,
Oh,
maybe you
see,
need to
it
write
all
more
works out.
questions.
It all works
I
out.
guess I need to.
Yes. But fun fact, the reasoning behind France banning mentions like follow us on Instagram or Facebook is because the government felt that it was unfair to other social media sites that weren't being promoted on broadcast.
They should be
All
banned
right.
because they're bad.
You gotta, if you say follow us on Instagram, you gotta say follow us on MySpace as well.
Has anyone seen the recent Zuckerberg article quote that who he's been compared to lovingly by his employees?
Yeah.
I have not.
No, Sauron. That is correct.
Oh my god.
What?
See that?
That is not the good thing that Zuckerberg thinks it is.
He said that his employees lovingly referred to him as the Eye of Sauron.
Wait, so Alex,
Oh my
I got a
gosh.
question for you, Alex.
What?
Do you actually mean that they also have to promote MySpace if they promote other social, or are you just trying to be funny?
I was trying to be funny.
Okay, because like if
Oh my god.
I guess.
I mean, like, how many radio stations are gonna have like a Tumblr account?
We do, I think. We did.
A what account?
A Tumblr?
Yeah, we did have a Tumblr.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
I wonder when the last time it was updated. While we go through the next question.
Wait,
I'll
no,
find
hey,
that out.
Jackson, what are the scores at?
good
Josh
call,
has
good call.
3
Yeah.
points and a Sauron point. Izzy has yet to be on the board, but is close. I can feel it. Brian has 1 point, and 3 questions have been entirely whiffed.
Wow, this has been.
That's
I'm
how
glad
I
we're keeping
roll.
track of that.
That's how I roll.
All right, questions 8 and 9. Here we go. SiriusXM has a wide variety of channels to tune into for different types of music. For example, there's a 70s on 7 that plays 70s hits on Channel 7, 80s on 8 that plays 88s on Channel 8, and, you know, whatever. What is the name of Channel 13? Is it A, Pop Rocks, B, Pitbull's Globalization, C, Road Trip Radio, or D, 60s Gold?
Anyone gonna?
am I allowed
I think
to
he
say my
took this
name?
from our road trip.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Josh.
From the road trip.
I'm inclined to say it's C, the Road Trip Radio.
It is not Road Trip Radio.
Oh my.
Brian,
Brian.
can you read the options?
Pop Rocks, Pitbull's Globalization, or 60s Gold?
Is it Pop Rocks?
It is not Pop Rocks.
Izzy.
Izzy.
Is it Pitbull's Globalization?
It is Pitbull's Globalization. I told you. Co-owned by Mr. Worldwide himself. The channel plays Pitbull and his favorites, EDM, current rhythmic, dance, international hits, Latino, and reggaeton.
Okay. Before we continue, I think that Hunter wrote this question
That would make sense.
based on remember when we weren't here for the April Fool's episode? We went for a little drive.
Yeah.
I believe that we listened to this on the way there, but I was in and out of consciousness because it was really late.
Was it any good?
Well, I don't totally remember it, but I'm gonna assume that it is just based on the name.
I also have, not to interrupt you, but to interrupt you, I also have a result of the last time we posted on our Tumblr.
Sure.
2017.
Wow.
Back when we won Best College Radio Station in the nation.
For the first time.
Yes, for the first time. The last post was IBS finalists. Best college radio station in the nation. Best
should
logo.
see if we can get
and
into
best show
that.
promotional poster. We should.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 9. In the late 70s, a father was driving with his son when he heard this celebrity spew several swear words on air, prompting the father to complain to the FCC. This led to a Supreme Court case in 1978. Whose cursing caused this case? Is it A, John Travolta, B, Richard Nixon, C, Richard Pryor, or D, George Carlin? Izzy.
D.
George Carlin is correct. Carlin was
Nice.
performing his infamous 7 words you can never say on television monologue in protest of FCC broadcast rules. This eventually spiraled into a Supreme Court case, which formally established indecency regulation in the United States broadcasting.
And now we can't say curse words on air.
Does anyone know any of those 7 words? Just kidding, don't say them.
I think I know most of them, but
Yeah.
That bit is extremely funny. I highly recommend looking it up. And
Gosh
watching
darn it, that's really hecking terrible, my guys.
It. Oh, that was close, Josh. Watch
Too
yourself.
close.
The FCC's looking at us now
The
because of
FCC
you.
won't let me be. You know who sang that?
No,
No?
no, I don't. I'm really sorry.
You don't?
Seriously?
The FCC won't let me be. No, who sang that?
Eminem.
Okay, Chloe gets an M&M point.
That
What?
was Izzy. That was Izzy.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, give Izzy the point. That was me.
Oh, was that?
See, okay, I'm glad it's not just me doing that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't
glad
see.
it's
I
not just
can't
me.
see Izzy's head from here. I can just see the back of you. So I just saw you like this, and then I heard Chloe say something like, and then I heard you answer.
I didn't say anything that whole time.
Okay, my bad. I'm bad.
Okay.
Izzy got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Would you like an M&M wrapper point or an M&M candy point?
Ooh.
The decision does matter.
Is it like, is the wrapper one of those like trick or treat wrappers or like a full size bag?
No, the wrapper like the man. Because I will either draw the man or I will draw the candy.
I'll take the candy.
Okay, good choice.
I feel like it should be a candy wrapper point at
Yeah,
this one.
That was really good.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you the man and then an M&M's candy wrapper.
That's so awesome. Thank you.
M&Ms are like they're not even in wrappers. They're like in bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wrapper
That's
though.
a
Once
wrapper.
you open it.
Yeah. When it becomes like when the M&Ms are gone, then it's a wrapper.
Yeah.
When did
Yeah.
Eminem become a rapper?
Probably a long time ago.
Yeah.
I want to say like
Eons.
2006.
I feel like it was in the 90s.
That was without me
Started.
specifically. I was referencing. Let's see how many views on YouTube that has. Please don't play it because it's very not safe. It has that has 1,381,000,000 views.
Wow.
How is that not the most played song of this century? Like that came out in 2002.
It's not the most played. 'cause
It
they can't play
wasn't.
on the radio.
Yeah.
The FCC won't let him be.
Yeah. Who would be listening to Eminem if it was FCC clean on the radio? I feel
We
like
got-
that's not a.
It would be like so like choppy.
Yeah.
They and I as then I with it.
Wait, and if you were to release if you were to release like clean versions where you actually just like
Would he want to release clean
Yeah,
versions?
no.
is the
Yeah.
question.
Anyway, we got 3 questions left.
Question
Be
10.
anyone's game.
Oh. Question 10.
In a minute now, we're gonna find out what question 10 is.
Question 10.
The board is looking pretty even.
Question
The
10.
next 3 questions could determine the game.
I can't.
You broke her.
Shut up, Alex. Question 10.
Go ahead and read question 10.
An
Whenever
obsessed
you're ready.
An
on
obsessed
you.
fan of the Muppets once took a radio manager hostage, claiming that he had a bomb. What song did he demand be played on the radio for the next 12 hours straight? Is it A, Man or Muppet? B, Rainbow Connection? C, Phenomena?
Josh. Wait.
Or
Nope.
do you want to go without all the options?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I really think it's B, Rainbow Connection.
Were you involved in this, Josh?
Guys, I have a bomb.
You can't say that on it.
You can't say that.
Oh
like
my
a bomb of a
God.
joke.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Well, he's right.
Rebound.
He's
Keep
right.
moving.
He's
Keep
right.
moving.
Okay, so this actually happened in New Zealand, not at Fredonia Radio Systems. And shortly after the hostage taking began, police were able to grab the man when he opened the door of the manager's office. Bomb disposal experts said he actually did not have any explosives.
There are no explosives.
There are no explosives.
Never has been, never will be. Question 11.
Number 11.
Please.
Fredonia Radio Systems puts on an event known as Rockin' the Commons with live music, food, prizes, and more.
What a rebound.
Can you name one of the following bands playing at this year's Rockin' the Commons? Do we want to give each person a chance to name a band?
Sure.
We can all try to earn a point or fail spectacularly. I'm going to start with Josh. What's a band that's playing at Rock in the Commons? Burkharts, that is correct. Izzy,
I don't know.
just say something, anything. A guess.
Weezer.
I wish you were right.
Brian.
I think one of them was like Carpool.
Carpool is not playing at Rock in the
We
Commons.
played Carpool earlier on air, but they're not
Yes,
gonna be
we
up
did
to
play
that.
Carpool earlier on air, but not at Rock in the Commons, sadly. The bands that are playing at this year's Rock in the Commons are Cheap Peach, the Burkharts, Beach Tower, Jacob King and his Wired Band, Oscar's Cash, and we have 2 a cappella groups, the Gorillas and Some Like It Hot.
Jackson, just real quick, revoke that point for me if you gave me a point for saying the Burkharts, because as sound services person, no, I'm kind of involved in like booking these
That's
people.
fair.
Oh, that is weird.
So like,
I mean,
I revoke. I personally.
He renounces his point.
I
You
renounce my
renounce
point.
your point.
I
Wow,
renounce
that's.
my point.
I
Wow.
mean, trivia is all about knowledge or guessing. You had the knowledge, but if you wanna revoke, that's
I'll
okay.
give him a knowledge.
Yeah, we can
indicator.
give you a knowledge point. How about that? I think this one's all you, Jackson.
Did you read your fun fact?
Oh, fun fact. Rock in the Commons
Oh
is
my
tomorrow, April 9th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the NPR. That's the NPR at the Williams Center. And all proceeds are donated to Roswell Park Cancer Research. We have CD sales, vinyl sales, food, music, activities, all types of fun stuff, and a bunch of raffles. So if you like things, come to Rock in the Commons. NPR, Williams Center.
Check it out. I'll be there, and so will a lot of the cast and crew of my movie.
Yeah,
want
if
to
you-
see more about that.
If you want to see the Goopy Ganker, if you are a cryptologist,
Cryptozoologist.
cryptozoologist,
There's actually a line in the movie about that exact phrase. Anyway, final question. Question number 12. What was performed and broadcast live as a Halloween radio drama at 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 30th, 1938, that caused thousands of people to panic? Is it A, The Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft, B, The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, C, The Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe, or D, Inferno by Dante Alighieri?
Izzy. War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds is correct. Fun fact, it was directed and performed by future filmmaker Orson Welles. It was preceded with an introduction from the original novel. However, listeners that tuned in partway through heard dramatic reporting of men from Mars invading New Jersey. The anxious Americans that were ripe for World War II were prone to terror, and the panic and reaction afterwards was so powerful, but there was no exact action taken against Welles. But this did secure his career as a dramatist at the age of 23.
Imagine being an alien, you land in New Jersey.
I just turn back. You know, I just go home. Like, you know.
Oh, no thanks.
Wow. Well,
That's the game, folks.
That is the game. It has been a wacky trivia today.
Wacky show.
Yes. Jackson, I believe you have the results, right?
I do.
Are
It's
you-
very up in the air. We have a lot of factors in play.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have some Sauron going around, some
candy
M&Ms of varying size.
Do you need a moment to calculate the results?
I just may.
You may? Okay.
Please deliberate.
All right. Well, instead of deliberating, I'll do more shameless promo for Rock in the Commons. There is a little thing at Rock in the Commons that we've been working on very hard at FRS. We are going to be selling limited edition Fredonia Radio Systems cassettes at Rock in the Commons. These have been hand-painted, hand-dubbed, handmade by members of FRS. It's been a whole operation that we've been working on. It's really cool. We are going to have a season of Just the Facts. That's me, Chloe, and Hunter's show. The fall 2021 season. That's on cassette. We are going to have an episode of The Local Lowdown. Jacob King, he's performing. And The Local Lowdown, Burkharts, who's also performing. And The Local Lowdown episode that is based on came out yesterday. So check it out on the YouTube. It's really funny. We had an awesome interview with those boys. They are quite the group. But Jackson, do you have our results?
This is a tough one. A lot of things happened today. Unfortunately, I think I can confidently say that, Brian, you were on the board, but you were not first place.
Oh.
Well,
sad.
you win some, you lose some.
Yes, that is quite true. And I think, taking into effect knowledge, Sauron, Eminem, the man, and the rapper, and the candy, we have a tie for first with Josh and Izzy.
How do we break this tie?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
You want to do that for the tiebreaker?
We want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Oh, I that was a joke, but you can go for it.
Unless you
was
have a
kidding.
fact, like a trivia question for us.
We can
Wait, I got one.
You got one.
What was this week's topic for Just the Facts?
Josh.
It was not Josh. I don't know, Josh, what is it?
It's a memory check.
Oh, God. Is it radio?
No.
No.
Oh,
We did
man.
do that
I was hoping
before.
you'd do like a thematic. Okay.
No.
I wasn't here until too late.
The first thing you find when you search radio fact is the word broadcasting coming from farming.
Hunter is so creative.
It's literally the first thing that comes up.
Okay. We can come up with a radio fact.
Yeah, we'll come up with an actual question.
Yes.
What was the first ever radio jingle? It belongs to a cereal. Is it A, Honey Nut Oats, B, Fruit Loops, C, Wheaties, or D, Cheerios? Josh.
Wheaties.
Wheaties is correct.
Josh is the victor of today's trivia. Congratulations, Josh.
They're whole wheat with all of the bran. Won't you try Wheaties?
I don't know if I like this.
For wheat is the best food of man.
This was first performed on Christmas Eve in 1926.
The whole year through. The kiddies never tire of them, and neither will you. So just buy Wheaties, the best breakfast.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm hankering for a bowl of Wheaties right now.
There you go.
I've never had Wheaties.
Me neither.
That was Wheaties propaganda right there.
I honestly doubt that they still make Wheaties.
I think they do.
Yes, they do.
They do. Yeah, they do. They just did it like a Bills one.
Wheaties is just like
talking about
shredded
Wheaties.
That's
Breakfast
Yeah.
of Champions. Isn't that Wheaties? Yeah.
Isn't-
Yeah, they're still making Wheaties.
Isn't Wheaties like the cereal that like you can put the magnet up to and then it's like magnetized?
What?
Maybe.
Oh.
Josh, do you eat Wheaties?
I've never had Wheaties in my life.
I think Wheaties needs to change their slogan because
I'm on Snow.
Josh, the champion of radio trivia, does not eat Wheaties. Wheaties, I'm gonna have to have a talk with you.
I don't want to eat magnetized cereal.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's high in iron.
yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
need
that's
iron.
probably it.
You need
Yeah.
iron. You never know when you're running low. You know.
I am.
You're gonna stand
You
up,
need
and
your
the world's just
Wheaties.
gonna.
Yeah.
In
Unbelievable.
2014, alternative health and conspiracy website naturalnews.com posted a video of Wheaties cereals containing flakes sticking to a magnet. The site claimed that as irrefutable proof that cereal is full of metal fragments. Wheaties breakfast cereal, manufactured by General Mills, has been found to contain so many microscopic fragments of metal that individual flakes can be lifted and carried out using magnets, as Natural News Forensic Food Lab investigation has found and documented. However, the experiment was performed by Adams, who is not nor limited to Wheaties, blah, blah, blah. So does it contain Earth's crust stuff? They both have some materials in them, but it's strange to compare a bowl of cornflakes to a pile of dirt. But science can help us find one of the most common elements on Earth in your cereal, which is iron. Even though iron only makes less than 5% of the mass on Earth, it's found in a lot of places. Rocks, cereal, and even your blood. It's most frequently used in metal on the planet, which makes steel. Yeah, I guess there's some of it in there, but it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Iron.
Yeah, iron.
Iron.
Get some.
Speaking
Nice.
of get some, how about you get some transitions going?
Alrighty, I suppose it's time. He told us we have to transition now.
Can I get a caca?
Caca.
All right, that was it. Okay, no.
And that wraps it up for this week's broadcast of the wackiest High Noon Friday trivia and High Noon Friday in general. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. High Noon Friday has been brought to you on WCVF 88.9 FM The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno on the web.
High Noon Friday is assembled through collaboration with students from Fredonia Radio Systems. Our producers and scriptwriters are Jackson DiCarlo, Alex Erwin, Kowalyk, and Hunter Halterman. Board operation is performed by Jackson DiCarlo. Sports is prepared and read by Trevor Howard, news is presented and read by Cascio Fonseca, and weather is prepared and read by Jules Hoepting. Tune in next week for another great edition of High Noon Friday. I'm Kowalyk.
And I'm Alex Erwin. Thanks for listening, and make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend, Fredonia.
See you, Rock in the Commons.
Rock in the Commons!
You better come.
Bye.
Rocket.